We will begin studying cell processes and energy by looking at photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which a cell captures energy in sunlight and uses it to make food. Plants and some other organisms can use energy from the sun to convert carbon dioxide and water into oxygen and sugar. Nearly all living things ultimately obtain energy directly or indirectly from the energy of the sunlight that's captured during photosynthesis. An autotroph is an organism that makes its own food. Plants are an example. Heterotrophs, like us, are organisms that cannot make their own food. The first stage of photosynthesis involves capturing the sun's energy. Chloroplasts in plant cells are responsible for capturing the energy from the sunlight. And you can see here an increased view is showing the chloroplasts. Photosynthesis occurs mostly in the leaves. Chloroplasts are green organelles that are found inside plant cells. Pigments are colored chemical compounds that absorb light, and chlorophyll is the main photosynthetic pigment found in chloroplasts. The second stage is actually using the energy to make food. So during stage 2, the captured light energy is used to produce sugar and oxygen from water and carbon dioxide. Here you can see that carbon dioxide enters the leaf through openings on the bottom of the leaf called stomata. Water enters the plant through the roots and moves upward to the leaves. Oxygen is also able to exit through the stomata on the underside of the leaf, and this is an increased view of the stoma, because it's just one here. The sugar is produced by the plant and is used for cell energy. Cells use captured energy to produce sugar. In order for any of this to occur, plant cells need to have both water and carbon dioxide. The roots are responsible for absorbing the water from the soil, and the plant's structure and system allows it to move up the stem to the leaves. Carbon dioxide enters through small openings on the underside of leaves called stomata. Once in the leaves, water and carbon dioxide move into the chloroplasts, and this is the formula for photosynthesis, the chemical reaction that occurs. When you have 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of water, and you expose them to light energy, they are able to break apart and reformulate as 1 sugar molecule and 6 oxygen molecules. C6H12O6 means that there are 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen, and 6 oxygen bonded together to make sugar. Respiration, which is different than the respiration that we do when we breathe in and out, also referred to as cellular respiration, is basically the opposite process. It's the process by which cells obtain energy from glucose. During the process of respiration, cells break down simple food molecules like sugar and release energy that they contain. And this is occurring continuously. There are 2 stages for respiration. The first stage occurs in the cytoplasm, where glucose is broken down into smaller molecules, and a small amount of energy is released. In stage 2, in the mitochondria, the smaller molecules combine with oxygen to produce water and carbon dioxide. This reaction releases a large amount of energy. So the mitochondria is responsible for breaking that down and then creates water and carbon dioxide. This is one of the reasons why when we breathe out, we're breathing out both water vapor and carbon dioxide. So the initial process of stage 1 occurs entirely in the cytoplasm. The molecules of glucose are broken down into smaller molecules that are usable for the mitochondria, and an initial small amount of energy is released. The majority of the energy is released in stage 2, when the mitochondria break down those small molecules even more and release energy. But in order for this process to occur, oxygen must exist in the cell. The products of respiration are chemical energy, which cells are able to use, carbon dioxide, and water. You can see that it is exactly the opposite of the formula for photosynthesis. Instead of needing to put energy in, we end with energy. The process of fermentation provides energy for cells without using oxygen. And this is an example of something that single-celled organisms that live where no oxygen might use. Alcoholic fermentation is a process in which yeast and another single-celled organism break sugar down. Bakers might use this process because carbon dioxide produced by yeast causes bread dough to rise. Brewers might use this because carbon dioxide is a source of bubbles in alcoholic beverages. Lactic acid fermentation occurs also in an anaerobic or an environment that doesn't have oxygen. And you might experience this if you've ever run as fast as you can for as long as you can. You've probably felt that burning sensation in your muscles. That's occurring because you're running as fast as you can and you've used all of the oxygen in your system. And so you begin to feel the formation of the lactic acid in your muscles. So all forms of fermentation involve the production of energy without using oxygen. In our next video, we will begin to study the cell division cycle, known as mitosis.